Everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason for everything. You have to believe that, and there will be. I mean, it all has to do with our beliefs, that the vibration follows, the frequency follows, and it has to do with our intention. Our intention is powerful, and our beliefs, and how strongly we believe in something, our faith in something. It goes on these vibrations, our reality, our manifestation of our reality, ourselves, and what we do and how we do it goes along these lines. And the more you align and become aligned, which is ascend as well. When you ascend, you start becoming aligned. And when you start becoming aligned, things in your environment harmonize and align with you. They harmonize to you. Sequential patterns begin to emerge within your environment to show you that you're in alignment. Like synchronistic numbers, I see them all the time, and that's alignment, because you're aligning with the universe, with the divine, with your path, with God, Creator, Source, with the highest good of all. When you align with the highest good of all, things in your environment align with you as well. And when you start to raise your vibration and ascend, that's what happens. The environment will match you, will meet you in those ways, in sequential patterns, in alignment, and sequences and subtleties. And so no, but when you start seeing everything's making sense, I'm ascending more and more all the time, and awakening more and more all the time, which is healing wounds and integrating soul fragments and retrieving soul pieces, and then healing more and crying more and transmuting more energy, and then integrating more, and then recalibrating my energy and welcoming in energies, and I align each time. Ascension isn't a black and white thing. It isn't a point from point A to point B. It's literally up, and you may take one step forward and then go 3 steps back. It's because we are very complex and intricate creatures. We really are. It's just amazing. It's just amazing what we are and what we can do and how we can do it. And everything is beginning to align in my life, in my environment, in my reality. And besides numbers, the sequences of numbers have been aligning for me for months now. I mean, just constantly, but wherever I look, at perfect 999, 888, 808. I mean, on anything I look at the time that I look at it, and it doesn't have to be time. It can be anywhere, license plates, wherever numbers are. That even on boxes, I've looked at boxes that I have, and 99999. I'm like, oh my god, your receipts. When your receipts say, $9.99 or $7.77 or $77.77, and when those things, when it starts to happen more frequently, you are aligning with your true path. You are aligning with your mission. You are aligning with your soul's purpose. You are aligning with the universe. You are harmonizing with your environment. You are balancing within and integrating within and unionizing within and unifying within, which exudes and emanates from as within, so without. And so as long as you do it in here, it emanates and exudes from within you outwards, making it accessible for all, and that want to heal as well, and that wants to integrate, and that wants to align with their soul path. At least for me, that's what my energy does. It activates and it heals others just by being me. I just, and just by healing myself, and it makes that accessible to energies around me, or energies and consciousness connected to me in whatever ways. And that's a really cool thing to know, just to be me. And that's what the biggest thing that my spirit team wants me to do, and God, Creator, Source, wants me to be, is just be. And that's why as long as I'm me, and I'm authentic and true and genuine to myself and those around me, and just stand in my power authentically, that's all I got to do. Because we have been living in such a state of chaos, where we've been living in the future and living in the past, and hurting from the future and hurting from the past. And for lifetimes, ancestry and lifetimes, that there's generations that this has been happening, that this lifetime, God's just like, I just want you to be okay. Just be okay. And I have a lot of healing to do, because I have been targeted and energetically attacked and spiritually warfared since I was little. I mean, like I was actually like ritualistically had demons attached to my chakras and my energy, and hooks put into me to take my energy because I have a potent energy and I have a potent mission, like for God, for the humanity, for the highest good of all. And it's been hard because like there was damage done, and but it didn't matter. I never gave up. I never gave up. And I come to find out also that my soul chose to have a spiritual phoenix mode way of ascending, which means that pain is actually my precursor to growth. And so, I mean, the more pain you give me, the stronger I get. And that's what my soul chose to do, to fight these energies and overcome these energies and integrate my soul back to me and expand the soul consciousness in the ways that it can be, but also to heal, to help heal humanity and to bring those healing energies in to fortify them. And so, because I knew this was going to be a hard journey, and so I made it so that my soul, my soul made it so that pain actually like makes it so I heal. It will trigger me into it's a phoenix mode. It literally sets me into a mode of overcoming no matter what. And that, you know, that actually fucks over my enemies and or my opposition, the ones that I don't choose. I don't want any enemies. I do not oppose anything. You know, I wish that, honestly, I wish healing for everyone and everything and every energy, honestly. No shit, I really do, because I know what it feels like to hurt, and I know what it feels like to suffer, to be without love. And I'm still healing myself. I'm not all the way, you know what I mean? There's still a lot that I'm still ascending. I'm still reintegrating and integrating and bringing myself back to a unionized state. I'm not there yet, you know what I mean? But I've done a lot, and I won't give up, and I don't give up. And that's just what my energy holds. That's what the energy signature that I have, is that I will never give up no matter what. It doesn't matter how much pain I'm in. It doesn't matter what I am faced with. I will not give up, and I will meet it with compassion, whatever it is. Now, that wasn't always the case. When I was wounded and hurt, I was meeting it with anger, and that actually shows you where your wounding is when you meet it with anger, defensiveness, your ego. That's where the ego is wounded at, and that's where it needs to be healed. But once it's healed, then you can look at all the other issues that you have with compassion and be like, what is it? Why? Why do you hurt? What, what can I do to help you not hurt? Tell me. Even saying that within my body, like the physical issues that I've had, I talk to my body in that way, and I talk to the hurt, and I say, what is it? I'm here. I do not fear. I will not turn away. I'm here for that pain, whatever it is, because it's a pain that was created within my body for a reason. And pain is usually an indicator of something more. That's actually why it manifests in the body, is because of some other issue within our emotional or mental bodies or spiritual bodies that needs to be healed. The physical manifestation is the last manifestation of those bodies. And so the problems and issues usually start there, and then once, if they've just kept going or not been overcome or been looked at, then they manifest in the body wherever that issue has been happening. And I've had health issues for a really long time, and it's in the same place. It's my solar plexus, and that's where I was hooked into my sacral and my solar plexus. I was actually hooked into all my chakras and had parasites and entities attached to them, so that I would never be able to raise my vibration, so that I wouldn't raise others' vibration and heal others just with my presence. They knew that. The opposing energies knew that, and so they targeted me really hard. And I had to find my empowerment, my sovereignty within myself, and call energies within me to help me heal and to help me get rid of these energies. And it wasn't easy, because there's so many bodies and there's so many things that make us up, that even now, even after all the healing that I've done, I still have had issues, and I'm healing those too. I'm still not all the way healed, but I am healing, and I don't fear. I don't fear anything. Like, I've shifted too. And I just thank God so much that I have shifted, because like I actually can see how I bring calm and peace into situations. You know, I literally, like, I don't have, like, there's no opposition with me anymore. Because I used to heighten and enhance the insecurities of others while heightening and enhancing the insecurity of me. I'm a mirror mage. And so I literally reflect and it's from within. Whatever wounding was within me was reflected off of whoever I was around, and their wounding reflected back off me and reverberated in that way until I healed within me. And now, no matter what, no ego can be in my because I have healed that within myself, that I don't have to deal with that anymore. It doesn't happen. I don't heighten and enhance the insecurities of others anymore. And so I've shifted and I don't fear anymore. I don't feel it. It's really great. It's really, really great. And it's all thanks to God and the divine and calling them in and believing. And I got to thank myself too. And they say that too. Like, we can't, like, for real, like, I couldn't have done it unless I chose to do it. And that's why, like I said, being chosen by God, you actually choose God first and then God chooses you back. That's how it works. You have to choose first. He respects and he loves, and so he's not going to impede himself. He doesn't just choose you and say you got to go through this. You actually have to go, okay, I'm willing to go through this. And that's what I did a few years ago. I completely was like, I want to end this suffering. Because of the suffering that I felt. I knew that others felt that kind of suffering too, and I said, what can I do? What is it? I surrendered myself to the will of God, and I said, I will do anything to stop this from happening to others, and with not just myself, but to others from experiencing it too. And I have been put through the fucking ringer to be able to come out on the other side, to be able to help others in that way. I had to go through it myself. That was the only way. That was the only way. I had to heal those things within myself. Because, well, I mean, I'm the same way. I'm not going to listen to somebody and plus I don't preach though, but I'm not going to listen to somebody that hasn't been through it. And that's how everyone else is too. That's just how we are. It's like, you're not going to take advice from somebody that you don't know, that hasn't done something, of that capacity. And so, like, it makes sense that that I would have to do it within myself first before I could. And I'm not one that I practice what I preach. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you something that I don't already do myself. But even then, I don't preach. I'm just an example. I show others through being and doing myself. And that's the best way for others to learn. That's how I learn too. I learn really well from others, being an example and doing what they claim to be and do, or are and do. And so, be the example you want, or be the example of change you want in the world. Gandhi, and it's true. It makes sense. Like, it's so funny, all the kind of quotes that that I loved before, but I didn't know until I actually have gone through them, and now they apply, and I'm like, damn, like, oh God, yeah, that's what that meant. It's different when you've actually gone through it. And it's funny how things change like that. Even lyrics of songs, might have held one meaning, and then you go through experiences in life and you overcome hurt and pain and suffering, and then all of a sudden you listen to that song again and it might hold a different meaning. It might completely change your perspective of that song. And that is the way of life with everything. Things change. We live in a constant state of change. And so everything changes no matter what. Even when the past comes back, look at it in a different way. Look at it in a different way. You're a different person now. Yeah, I'm really grateful. That's what I say that all the time. But I am. I'm really grateful. I'm grateful to have the team that I have had, and the support that I've had, and that my ancestry that I have, the love and the support that I've had. And I've had tons. Like, I am so protected. It's ridiculous. They have protected me so hard so that I could heal within myself and become the version of me that I wanted to be, that my soul came here to be. And I had to go through a lot to do that, but they have sat there and they've sent me energies, and I've called them in too. You have to call them in. They respect, so they're not just going to send them to you. Like, I had to ask for them, and they've been giving them to me. But if my soul's not ready, if I have hurt and wounding, then it can't come through, and so I have to heal that. So they'd send me. I'd ask for energies to heal blocks and heal blockages within my body, and hurt and pain and trauma and stuff like that, so I could get the other energies, the abundant energies, and the other energies that we can manifest within our reality. And they've been there just showering me and helping me, and I'm lucky. I'm grateful, because I'm very fortunate to be made of the stardust that I am made from. And it's all props to God, Creator, Source. It is. In the divine. It is. The reason I am in a calm state now, and that's what I mean, I've noticed the shift within me, that I don't react anymore at all like I used to. Even people used to be like, because I have a lot of energy. And so, like, you probably can even see it throughout my videos. If you go back through my videos, the calm demeanor that I have now compared to what even I had a year ago. You know what I mean? It was, and it wasn't that I was chaotic. It was just disorganized. It was very, it was more unhealed. It was in a more unhealed state. And now that I have integrated and healed and shifted my energy, I don't react at all. I don't, and I'm grateful because it's terrible having to live from a space like that, having to live from a place where you're reacting instead of responding, truly. And responding is being able to take in your environment and your surroundings and what's going on before you act in any way and then decide accordingly. Like even on the bus, there was someone that was trying to get me to react and I wouldn't, and they were asking me questions and I didn't respond to them because I don't have to. you know, and I didn't exude any kind of meanness or anything. It's just the truth. I didn't answer them because they were, and they ended up leaving me alone and not being, their ego didn't, but I was also calling Archangel Michael in and all the archangels, and I was calling at the same time as I was talking to them, and wherever I go, I call in these energies of grace and of calm and of serenity and acceptance and stuff like that, so that others so that my environment also benefits from these energies. And it works. I've seen it. I've seen it. Like even in the most chaotic of places, I've seen it. I've called these energies in and I've seen the whole thing just calm down, and they don't even know, like I know, like I said, and that's enough, and that's good enough, and I always call in healing energies and balancing energies for anyone that whose soul will be open to accepting it. But even then, like you can't exert your will on another. No one can. And so when you called, like when that person was invading my space and my bubble, and I called Archangel Michael in, and I didn't answer them because I don't have to, and I don't have to react, and I don't have to get upset that they were trying to, um, break my boundaries or cross my boundaries. I just called in my divine helpers, and it literally worked. They got up and they left. They left me alone. And they accepted it without fight or without ego getting upset that I wasn't responding to them. They just accepted it and walked away, and everybody else calmed down. And then it was funny because there was another person on the bus, and they were getting upset that this guy was being so overbearing and violating the people's boundaries and stuff like that. And this guy was looking at me just like, how could you take that? You know what I mean? And I looked at him and I said, don't let anyone take your peace. And I got off the bus. Because it's true. Don't let anyone take your peace. If you get angry, if you get angry at someone for them, getting a reaction out of you, that's them winning in that way, and it's not you versus them. It's just that it's for you to protect your own energy and your own peace. Don't give them that reaction. Don't let yourself react in that way. And if there's a reason that you are, then you need to face that within yourself and heal it so that you don't react, so you don't feel like reacting, so you don't get triggered into reacting. And it makes it so you stay in a state of peace and calm of your own energy, where nothing can take from you, and you're sovereign and free. So, yeah, I'm really grateful again, still. And I was crying earlier, you know what I mean? I was in pain earlier too. This is not an easy journey at all, but it's one that has to be done so that all of humanity can ascend, and that we can get to a better state in consciousness and in reality, in our realities. And if someone like me needs to be able to do that, to go through these things and face these things, I will. I will. That's why I came here, was to do that. To do that, to acknowledge and face pain and to love it anyway. Because it needs loving. That's what pain needs. That's how it heals. No matter what it is, where it's from, it needs love and compassion. And grace and mercy, humility and empathy, care, consideration, truth, equality, fairness, balance, bunch of stuff, all the good stuff. Anyway, thanks. I love you guys too.